Okay, I have 3 words that'll make your day a whole lot better.
Yes.
Shall we?
Tracee Ellis Ross, the Blackish star, is one of our favorites. If you watch the show, you know, and we couldn't be more excited to catch up with her. Tracee,
I'm so excited to be here.
You're here.
I'm here.
We've missed you.
I mean, you wore a jumpsuit with boots.
Flowers are the theme. You know what I mean?
Connected shoes.
Oh, people say it's fall. I say it's spring.
You are in the middle of something magical right now, aren't you?
It's a good time.
It's like the end of a chapter, which is a big deal.
But it feels like the beginning of a
Tell me.
chapter. I don't know. You know, first of all, I feel I end Blackish with so much joy and pride. And so it feels like we did it. You know what I mean? It's not like it was something that there was anything missing. And I'm walking into my 50th birthday. So the combination of that, I feel like I'm in this time of wander, ponder, be, and kind of figure out, like, what's the next dream? What do I want next in this next chapter of my life, you know?
Wander, ponder, be.
I love that. Wait, wander, ponder.
I mean, we want to put that on our refrigerator. What does that mean?
So I started figuring out the wander, ponder, bees whenever I was writing a speech. Because in order to write a speech and to sort of have something come from inside, I really needed time to wander, ponder, and be, and social media does not allow it.
Yeah.
Because you take all your downtime. And so I like to give myself a chance to wander, to not know where I'm going, but just wander, have time to ponder and just kind of play in the imagination of my mind, and to be. And to just kind of be. And my favorite part of my life is my life, like making food and like going to the market and like being in my life, like in my life. So I wouldn't say it's a lot of that right now, but it's coming because I'm taking 2 weeks off for my birthday.
Yes! Let's talk about 50, because that can mark a big milestone. So how does 50 feel when you say it, when it comes out of your mouth?
It feels like this.
Yes!
It feels like flowers, and I don't know, I'm very excited about it. I have always loved getting older.
Yeah.
Like, I really have. There's certain things that are really, really strange. I am in perimenopause, and hot flashes come up like a personal summer just enters from the inside. I was used to heat coming from the outside. It's now coming from the inside. But I feel like I am wiser. I'm more comfortable in my skin. And if you had told me in my 20s, in my teens, that I was going to be somebody that actually could do scary things, that I could be comfortable even when I was uncomfortable, that I could live life on life's terms, that I could intuitively handle situations which used to baffle me, that I had an unbreakable, unshakable foundation for life underneath me, I would have said, there's no way, because I was scared and I was uncomfortable in my skin and all of these things. And so it just took me so long. It's been like sometimes like chewing on ground glass, like trying to sort of one step at a time make my way through. And so I wake up now, and yes, I have built a beautiful life around me, but the most important part for me is like how I feel on the inside, that even on days when I'm uncomfortable, I have a tribe of friends around me that can love me when I can't love myself. And it's really a gratifying place and time in my life, I find.
We were telling you before that we talk about you a lot on the show because we admire you so much. And one of the things that Hoda played for me one morning, I'll never forget it. She's like, listen to this. And she read me like the transcript word for word. And it was about the first time you sang for your mom in a car.
Yeah. That was from the Oprah interview. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I always wanted to sing, but I was too terrified. And, you know, when I was younger, being the child I was not what it is now. I had a lot of friends that, like, changed their last name and things like that. And I'm so proud of who my parents are. I love my parents. I put my dad's name in the middle of my name. Oh, look at me, little me. And then I did the high note, and I faced my fear. I was, like, 44 years old, and maybe I was older than that, and there you go. Thanks. 44 was when
I know your life story,
First of all, 44 was when I won the Golden Globe. That's why.
Exactly.
So 47.
She knows that too.
I know that.
But I recorded songs. I sang on a stage with a live audience and a live mic, and I do all these big scary things in my life. And I'm good. I can like walk through it. Somehow, when I like share the singing thing with my mom, it's terrifying. So when I first recorded my songs, I played them for my mom in her car. Yeah. And we sat in the car, and she was crying, and she grabbed my hand, and it was amazing. And, you know,
one of my favorite parts about that story, is that after you played it, she asked you to play it again. And then when you were done, she said, finally.
Finally.
You think she saw that in you all along?
Yeah, when I was 22, she actually looked at me and said, it's time to record an album.
Wow.
And I was like, no. I mean, I just couldn't do it. I was too scared. And so, you know, it took me a long time. But what was interesting is as I learned how to sing, I felt like, this is an interesting expression, but I felt like I opened lifeways, not pathways, but lifeways. Not that I was necessarily meant to be a singer, but that by cutting off a part of myself just because I was afraid, I had closed off certain doors to part of my identity and myself. And so things just started to open up when I found my voice.
And by the way, we know your dad is a huge fan of Hoda's. I had to get that in.
Dad, I know you're watching. What camera can I look at? You tell me. Okay, Dad, Bob, look, Hoda's gonna say hi. Say hi, Bob.
Bob! Hi, Bob! Oh my
God.
When am I meeting Bob?
My dad is dying right now.
Wait, is it true that he sent you a picture of her at Starbucks?
Yeah, and I said, Dad, what are you doing? Don't take pictures of Hoda in public. Don't do that. And he was like, but it's Hoda!
You've done so many amazing interviews, and one of my favorites was when you talked about being single at this point in your life.
Yeah.
And you said, people are wondering, like, who's going to choose me? Who's going to choose me? And you said, and then I just want to be clear about something.
Yeah.
I'm the chooser.
Yes.
You're the chooser. You decide. Yeah. How do you feel about the romantic love part of your life?
Great, honestly. You know, I have built a really beautiful life around me, and I get lonely sometimes. And one of the things about being single is that you have to be really choiceful about curating what you want to do. You can't hide behind a relationship, a child, a kid, a dog, anything. So I have beautiful friends around me. I have made friends with loneliness. Sometimes I'm lonely. I think that there's wonderful men out in the world. I do want a partner, but I want a partner that's going to add to my life.
Totally.
I don't want a partner just 'cause. And yeah, I find dating to be really fun. And again, I will repeat, there are really wonderful men out there. So, you know, come and find me. Come and find me and my flowers. Okay? Hello.
I mean, but that, by the way, that should be the narrative that we tell all of our girls.
You get to be the
Not
chooser.
like this fairy tale way of you'll be chosen by them.
And then the other thing is this whole thing, I grew up dreaming of my wedding. I wish I had grown up dreaming, and don't get me wrong, my life has turned out really great, and it's not like my mom sold me that lie. My mom is, you know, doing just fine. But I grew up dreaming of my wedding, and I wish I had spent the time, and I wish young girls and young girls would spend their time dreaming of the lives they want.
Totally. Yes.
Who do you want to be? What do you want to contribute to the world? What are your dreams? How do you want to build your dreams? Like, what does that look like? Because I just spoke at an HBCU in North Carolina, and this young girl spoke, and she said she wanted to be a global entrepreneur, and she didn't know how you get there. And I said, well, you started with the best part, the big dream.
Yes.
Now you backtrack to the specifics. What kind of global entrepreneur? What's your gift? What makes your heart sing? What makes you like forget what time is and just keep doing? That's how you start building it. And I feel like I really have spent so much time in my life, and that's how you get here. And we tell people so often how to get what you want instead of how to be who you want to be.
Gosh.
Because
no, that's it.
But it's true. Because part of what happens is if you actually figure out who you are, your world, all those things, it builds around you. And all of a sudden you look up and you're like, oh, this is the life. This is the life I wanted. Because it matches who you are, not what everybody else says you should be having.
Wait, when did you become this wise? Have you always been this wise?
Oh, I don't know that I'm wise.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm swimming in the currency of others. Is this Madame Yvette? I think she's...
Oh!
We never met her yet.
Wait, can we do a quick one? Just a quick, can we meet her quickly?
Well, 1 second. Yeah, you're a dear. Yes, Madame Yvette. I mean, she does much better when she's got alcohol. However, it's a bit early for alcohol, isn't it? But Madame Yvette, she's a dear, and you're a dear, and you're a dear. You're sweet.
Wait, can she have more of a role in somewhere?
In my life?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, she does. The eyes are the windows to the soul, yes? So you want to make sure you frame with a good eyebrow. You're a dear.